All right. What's good? What's good? Welcome back and welcome to the Hearts at Ease podcast. I'm your host, Sasha. Hearts at Ease is where we step into the garden, we plant seeds, and we create the life that we've been avoiding, but we know we deserve. Man, so episode 2, we covered choosing structure over chaos, and we plugged in some tools that can allow us to calm the mind and and start to see our internal work show up in our external environment. So this episode 3 is about how to find a balance and direction. This is called direction, some direction. And because we don't went from chaos to some structure, and now we need some balance. Because if you anything like myself, what I start doing when I start establishing new habits is I almost started creating like a tally of these things for myself and a mental checklist of making sure I do it all the time, that I'm always integrated with these things. And what happened for me is it just disconnected me from myself. Like I was hearing Muji be like, don't identify, don't identify. That's what I learned in the meditation. Don't identify. And next thing you know, I'm back to identifying. Like everything is about, you know, um, doing this, doing that for growth, manifestation, reading this, doing that. Like, and man, I became too rigid around this discipline, wanting to be a person that's very disciplined, and it became very overwhelming, and I was getting burnt out. See, that's how we burn ourselves out, right? And the structure that I created was supposed to feel like support, but it began to feel like something. Let's name it. We got to name it, right? It began to be control, because once again I'm used to having control over outcomes, or that's the illusion that I will put in my mind, right? We gotta control this thing, because the thought around control allows me to brace myself for whatever. So what I having that awareness, now those habits created the awareness for me to be able to say, wait a minute, we doing too much. It's just like when you work out, right? Like you going hard, I do this, be going hard. I don't put the goals in mind, like I want to lose weight, I want to do this. And next thing you know, I'm in that joint every day. Every day. But the growth doesn't take place until I rest. So rest in your habits, resting in the knowing that what you've done is enough, more than enough. And I began to learn more about the brain. I started studying things like neuroscience, right? And what I learned is like how much my brain loves the predictability. So the structure does create the support and the safety that my brain needed. But overstructuring was triggering a lot of stress. And so life is about this balance, always maintaining this balance and recognizing like, wait, I'm doing too much over here. Let me get back over here, And I'm one of the ones, my birthday's in October, so my whole I'm a Libra, so we all about some balance. Sometimes we gotta check. This is one of the moments you gotta check the damn balance, because you tipping. And life is about just maintaining neutral, like being able to be neutral with everything, really. And your growth needs your flexibility, so you can't be too rigid about the things. And when you recognize the control part, what are you trying to do? Be perfect? Probably. Trying to be perfect with these routines? Yeah, that was me. Miss a day. Now my mind's like, are you slacking? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And I recognize, like, yeah, the structure doesn't define my worth, but it is support. So just getting back to knowing that the structure that you put in place is to support you. But it's a tool. It's just a tool. These are tools, and it doesn't make up who you are. And you don't have to do all the steps. Give yourself plenty of grace. I'm sure you hear that a lot. The more you begin to love yourself internally, the more compassion should follow. Compassion for yourself and compassion for others. And so let structure serve your life, but not run it. Know that missing a day from something, not reading for the 20 minutes that you said you was going to do, not working out sometimes when you said you was going to do it, is okay. It's okay. It's because those habits that you've been creating and been consistent with, your get up is going to be stronger and your bounce back is going to be sooner. Now we don't want missing days to become missing weeks, but you're not there anymore. You've plugged in the tools, you've created the structure, and trust the structure to support you in what you've done, what you're doing. Clarity that you find will come, and you'll recognize that it isn't found from you doing everything perfectly. So getting to clarity, which we'll talk more about, is trusting what you've done. Trusting what you've done. And you've done some great shit. Like, keep going, So lean in on that. And so that's what we got, structure. Recognizing that the way that you work in that structure, you might be overwhelming yourself. Now it might have turned into control when it was just about support. So remember, we here. Always tend to your mind, your habits, and your growth. That's what we're here to do. Plant them seeds and do what? Pull out them fucking weeds. Okay? And remember, your heart deserves some ease. And I'll see you all on the next one. Much love.